Master is away on business, so I'll be the one to answer this invite. Calidora will be here to ensure things run smoothly. She's rather troublesome, but I trust her skills, so worry not. The invite speaks of a possible alliance, but my sources tell me the kingdom is full of unrest. Something is lurking beneath the surface, so I'm checking to see if the rumors are true, and if so, I'm to report back here and let my brother deal with it accordingly. If I act on my own, it could cause a full-scale invasion, which wouldn't benefit either side, to say the least. Not to worry, you'll be fine. I'll only be gone for a week at most. It'll take about a day's travel to get there. I'll hit the terms, negotiate, and if all goes well, we'll be able to spread our alliance. If not, we'll have to be wary of the presence in case of future disputes. Master hates unnecessary bloodshed, but if they are destroying the balance, then so be it. Go out and get some rest. I'll see you in about a week. Yes, I'll be careful. As do you. Forgive me. Oh dear, what in the world's gotten over me? Ah, my latest craving. Come now, no need to be so wary of me. Besides, I come with a proposition. Zena will be heading out shortly, and I have a superb feeling it would be quite interesting if you tagged along. Yes. Into the lion's den is one way to describe these vultures who call themselves vampires, but you'll be fine at her side. She's stronger than she gives herself credit for, and I believe you can give her that final push she needs to break out of that restricted shell. I heard your skill in writing has grown, and even you can send messenger birds? Then let's wager. I'm confident you'll send a message of distress within the next day or so. If you do, I'll be sure your work is properly rewarded. I've no reason to lie. That's boring. But if you do not send a message, then I will accept my mistake and will not convince your dear master to have you come stay at my castle as my pet. Not that you protest. I think you'd enjoy being under my care. Ah, the look in your eyes truly brings the best out of oneself. In the worst kind of way. So, do you want to play this little game? The reward? You'll have to see. Think of it as a gamble. Do you think it'll be worth the risk? Or will you be dull and stay here at the castle like a good little familiar? Good pet. I knew I'd take a liking to you. Trust me. You'll be thankful you went. Play your cards right, You'll help her in the long run as well. Oh, and one more thing. Should I wear red or blue today? I'm asking your opinion. You have good taste, right? Never mind. Now, this is how you'll get in. You'll hide in one of the crates. Worry not. I'll give you an herb that masks your scent. It'll wear off in 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4. If her nose is as sharp as I remember, when it wears off, she'll catch you, but it'll be far too late for you to return home. Remember not to make a sound. And this is my dear bird that will be near. He's a good one. Obedient, lovely, and well-mannered. Just a whistle will bring him to your side. Give the note to him in his side pocket, and he'll make his way to me. I'll take care of things from there, but you must stay alive. Or else this will all be for naught. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see what unfolds. Stop the carriage. Give me a moment. What in the bloody hell are you doing here? Calidora sent you. You should not be here. Hurry, get in. We must arrive by morning. Many are expecting me, and to be late will give off a bad message. I prefer you stay at the castle. But then again, knowing her, it's best you do stay near. I've known her for some time. A couple of centuries, perhaps? Brother's quite close to her since their families have history. His father was that of a pureblood, or elder, as she call it, as well as her father. Rumors speculate she's one as well, but with the way she stays aloof, it's hard to say. Perhaps she doesn't prefer the responsibility. Well, yes, with many flocking towards you and the weight that title brings, would make living less peaceful. For that, I can't blame her for wanting to be left in solitude. What of me? I don't care to speak of the past, but I suppose it's fair to you to know and understand my predicament. I was a hunter many moons ago. We were part of an order that also worked closely with the many churches. blessed weapons, sacred scriptures. It all went hand in hand in the sole purpose of ending vampires. But not just vampires. Werewolves, ghouls, and a plethora of low-class beings were all part of the hunt. It was then my party was sent to see the state of a neighboring city. There were strange reports of people missing, dead rising, and beasts that fit neither description of texts or scriptures of the church. We took it as false rumors for some time, but eventually we were sent to verify those claims. It was that night I witnessed something beyond this world. Something that no hunter has ever seen. This creature, I can't describe it. They killed my fellow hunters. Through flesh and bone, it ripped my fellow hunters apart, drinking them dry and tossing them like harvest carcasses. Blood wrong, it muttered. Its words were contorted, twisted. Its voice seemed it was sent from the very depths of darkness. You tremble at the very sight. Moonlit night, fires along the roofs, wet ground, low fog. The being was tall, hunched over a body that was in two. You heard the grotesque sounds of feeding. Once it was done, it searched for more. That's when his eyes connected with mine. For the first time, I froze. My best friend was in pieces beside it. My mentor dead. The others scattered and broken limbs and rags. My weapon was not enough to stop it. Bullets did nothing. Spells could not form with the way my words trembled. It was then I was grabbed, only for it to hesitate before stating, "Strong blood. Good. You shall be too." Next thing I knew, I felt searing pain in my neck. Uncertain of what was going on, I knew I was done for. So, why is it after feeling life leaving my body, did it have me feed on the newly formed wound along his arm? Honey. Spices. The smell was alluring. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't stop until I was full. The command echoing in my head to drink. It commands me like a spell. I'm ashamed to speak of it. In the next moment, I was sitting in the middle of the cobblestone, surrounded by the dead. The air shifted as one by one the bodies began to rise. It was then they were no longer dead, but worse. Not in all the knowledge of the world has it ever been recorded what took place that night. With shattered bones and sinews they rise. It was then they were engulfed in the flames. Prayers were answered, but it was Too late for so many. Reinforcements had arrived. Thus, all I recall that night. Fires erupting all around and voices yelling as I was dragged away. My wound healed. Ever since, my body wasn't the same. One of the higher-ups I'd befriended for years noticed my reluctance of going outside. He noticed my demeanor had changed. It was then I told him that the sunlight raised fear, everything was enhanced, and that my hunger urged for something primal, for something raw. He should have ended me, but he wanted to help. I respected him a lot growing up and had hoped one day to join his team of hunters. In the end, he risked his life to save mine once the church caught wind. I would always drink from a glass. Even when I wanted to feed on others, I was afraid that if I did, they'd turn into those wretched things. It's one thing to have been bitten by a normal vampire. I'd at least know what to expect. And by order of things, you'd also have to feed on a vampire to turn. But seeing those it bit into suddenly rise once more, I can't risk that. What if that happened to you? You turned into something unknown. Forgive me, it sounds rather silly, doesn't it? I thank you, but I should have died a long time ago. For whatever reason, it passed on its gift? Curse? I do not know. But my brother found me one day and wanted me to join. Somehow he understood what I was and still offered me hope. He'd watch over and promised he'd make the final blow himself if I'd ever succumbed to this curse. For centuries I've kept it at bay. It lay dormant in the dark until I met you. Callie thinks I'm being cowardice, but she understands my reservations. I do not want to continue the torment that was given to me. I do not know the reach of the darkness within me. I do know it has a mind of its own. One day there was a young lady whom I bewitched. Though this wasn't my intention, it happened none the least. We were supposed to meet near an open field to observe the moonlight sky. The hour passed for our meeting and I grew worried. Maybe she had a change of heart. Instinct told me otherwise. Though I found her quickly, she became surrounded by a group of thieves trying to steal her innocence. I witnessed none of what transpired. When the moon lit the ground beneath my feet, it was black. Cold blood soaked the earth and filled the air with hate and panic. One was unlucky to still be alive, running so hard as if he was running to the arms of a savior. His body gave off the most ominous light, as it was turned to ash by the fire that burst from within him. Never have I witnessed such magic. Only ancient sorcerers and mages could do such things. But through sacrifice, a trade of some sort. Yet, I gave nothing. Maybe I gave everything without knowing. My eyes landed on the terrified girl's face. It was then the bodies around me began to rise up. Just as I mustered the strength to speak words of comfort to her, she was faster than my words, screaming into the night. I never saw her again. Maybe it was for the best. Fire is the only way to lay those cursed to rest. And, well, now you know my reasoning. In recent years, Master has aided in my training to control this power, but even then I find myself lost in thought, wondering, someday, one mistake. Master eventually called me his younger sister. Thus came my habit of referring to him as my brother. He's rather silly at times, but good-spirited. Do you recall the night of your visit? Me mentioning how he dressed you up for fun? Well, one example is a man named Richard. He'd argue with Master so often whenever Master would throw parties instead of planning the next course of action. He'd also fuss when Master would force him to try on lavish attire to welcome the newcomers. Eventually he had enough and had left, wanting a place that took running a kingdom more seriously. Of course, within a few days he found himself back at our residence, eventually muttering that perhaps a laugh or two isn't so bad after all. In a world that's so dark, I believe those words to be true. It's good to smile when you can, and enjoy the moments of reprieve. Even if it's a little, I'll take it any day. Ah, here we are. Let's greet them, shall we? Ah, welcome, my dear. Oh, I see you brought a pet. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision. And all the times I've known you, not one familiar was by your side. Did something change? This is a treat. Speaking of treat, you smell marvelous. My, right to business, How about you take a rest first? Get settled and we'll speak around dinner? Very well. Nah, that was a fine feast. The message sent to us. You wish to speak of an alliance? I do, but I have reservations. Yes? How exactly are you to keep peace between humans and vampires? No one is futile. My master is hoping to get past our way of living and show that we can coexist peacefully. I see. In that case, what path has he laid to achieve the utopia? I mean, it sounds like a fairy tale. Almost childish, so to speak. Master understands how it may come off as rather naive. But after seeing his dream coming together with my own eyes, I have no doubt we can make this happen. Especially since the humans wanted to take us out. Would it not be wise to have many on our side as possible? True. Hey, Zena. This is off topic, but do tell. How tasty is your pet? None of your business. Come now, just a little sip. I like to focus on the alliance. If that's all, then we'll be taking our leave tonight. Oh, come on. That's not fun. All I'm asking is a nibble. Between friends. Enough. Come, we're leaving. Wait, I only jest. My, you're as serious as the rumors say. Hey, is this not the one who had even you tempted at the party? I have no idea what you mean. Rumors spread like wildfire. I know what happened. And besides, this alliance can only work if humans obey. Why bother asking them to be our ally when we can easily overpower them? They're helpless. Fragile even. And yet we depend on them for our survival. Humans are far more valuable than you think. Do not speak lowly of them. True. Say, join us and help us keep such value. We'll gather only the highest quality, and the other territories will trade their greatest luxuries for a vial of the finest. Not interested. Seems you've answered where you stand. Goodbye. Shame. We were hoping you'd be convinced, but seems we'll have to do otherwise. What otherwise? What's the meaning of this? Too bad. We hear you hold reason, but you're just as delusional as your master. This world will never hold peace so long as humans and vampires stay at war. So let us make the better decision and handle humans as we should. Do you understand the weight of your actions? Any acts of violence could mean war for either of us. Oh, we're fully aware. I'm not willing to take that chance. How do you think the other small territories suddenly vanished? Their pests were rather delicious. Shame we had to cease our fun with your lock-catching wind. Nah, mistress, can we have a taste of them? Yeah, can we have a taste? No, that one's gonna be mine. Listen, window to your left. As soon as I distract him, you make a run for it. Your fall will be short. You'll survive. You keep arguing with me, none of you will get a taste of anything for the next 3 days. Do whatever you can to get out of here. If you can make it back, warn the others. If not, I pray for your safety. So we can get back to the party. Okay. I'll be fine. Okay. You're a top priority. If anything, I can focus if you're safe. Are you two done? I'm ready to take on a new pet. Go! That's not fair! How is she moving that fast? We're blocked by some magic. They're getting away! Then go after them! Come out, wherever you are. It can't be far, it's only a human. Tell me about it. Maybe this way. You hear that? That way. Ah, such a cutie too. Can't wait to play with this one. Will they turn like the others? Don't know. I like to at least keep one human toy instead of turning everyone into a vampire. I know. Mistress is so unfair. Ah, not to worry. We'll take good care of you.